Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Carrie Smoot Manning with the Village Spa.
And I'm Wayne Morris with WHHI-TV.
And today we are here in front of Hampton Inn and Suites. It's located on 278. Everybody drives by it every day. It's a beautiful hotel.
It is. It's very nice, right next to Oakady Ale House in Sun City.
It's very convenient. So our first guest today is Miss Aileen Clarkson. She is the owner of Mathnasium. It is a really cool little franchise located very conveniently by the Bluffton Publix on Buck Island. So she's here to tell you all about that. They have some summer programs that are really neat.
Our second guest is Miss Karen Parker. She's the principal at Ridgeland Hardyville High School, and she's here to tell us about some awards they've won, and they're really getting that school on the right track, and she's a big part of that.
And lastly, we have Mr. David Nellums. He is the executive director at the Don Ryan Center for Innovation. They've got some great news with some new grant money that they've got, which they're very proud of, and some of the new things that are coming out of the Don Ryan Center.
Yeah, it's going to be a great episode of 843 TV, so be sure you stay with us.
.843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
843 TV, where the Greater Bluffton Chamber comes to speak.
843 TV, where Buckwalter Place comes to speak.
843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We're here now with Miss Aileen Clarkson. She is the owner of Mathnasium of Bluffton. Thank you for being with us this morning. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So tell everyone a little bit about what attracted you to opening a Mathnasium math franchise.
Well, I'm a math teacher, and in 2009 I decided I wanted to open a business, and I knew it would be education focused, and math is my passion, so I did some research. I knew I wanted a franchise. I wanted something that was tried and tested, more so for the business model, because as a math teacher I wasn't used to running a business.
Right.
So I found Mathnasium very early on and tried to talk myself out it almost, because it seemed too good to be true. And I researched pretty much every franchise out there, kept coming back to Mathnasium, and then in 2010 I went to LA and did a discovery day with them to find out more about what they did, and I just knew then it was a no-brainer for me to open.
Well, Aileen, I was terrible in math in school, so I could have used your services. But
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, I really was. My kids are really blown away at how bad I was. So what type of services does Mathnasium offer?
Well, we help kids, and invariably the kids that come to us are struggling with math. They don't like math. What kind of sets us apart is we do a full diagnostic assessment on each student before they start. So we really find out where they're at with math. Because math, more so than any other subject, builds on everything you're doing before. So if you've got bad foundations,
You're lost.
You're lost. It's
Yeah.
going to come crashing down. We have many high school students that say to us, why do I need my times tables? Well, you can't do exponents, you can't do factors.
can't do anything
no,
if you don't have
you
this
need it.
memorized.
So you need the foundation. So we do a full diagnostic assessment. So we start the student where they're at. During the school year, we're helping students keep up with what they're doing in school. We review their homework. If they don't understand it, we give them additional materials to practice it. We get them ready for tests. But the catch-up is the most important, filling in those gaps and taking them back if they're in 5th grade. If they don't know 3rd grade concepts, we start building those foundations. So each student that comes to us has a full learning plan. During the summer, we have summer programs that we're just usually catching up, getting them ready. Concepts that they've missed from that year, filling in and getting them ready for the next year. So students, it's very flexible with us. It's the regular program that we have gives them up to 3 hours a week to use. And they can drop in any time. There's no appointments, no schedule.
No.
You just turn up whenever it suits you. They can come 3 times a week for an hour, twice a week for 90 minutes. So it's very flexible. So it's a very individualised, student-focused program. They're not keeping up with anyone else. If we've got 2 3rd graders sitting next to each other, their programs will be completely different because their skill set's very different.
I think
Right.
that's great for
That's
a
good.
child's confidence too.
It is. And one thing, I mean, a lot of parents will ask us, are the grades going to go up? Yeah, they will. But the one thing you'll see very quickly is their confidence grow.
And that's
We make it fun. We take that fear away.
Yeah.
It's a very...
People are scared of math.
They are. They're
Yeah.
terrified. And a lot of my background is in adult education. And parents would say, oh, I'm terrible at math. I hate math. They'd say it in front of their kids. They'd never say, oh, I can't read. It's almost acceptable to be bad at math. And it's not.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. So we take that fear away, we make it fun, and we get great results.
I need to sign up.
Sold.
as an educator, I applaud your efforts. So what are the misconceptions or the biggest misconception of what you do and about tutoring?
Well, I think I had the pleasure of speaking at a coffee morning for the Greater Bluffton Chamber, and somebody came up to me after it, and I was speaking off my heart, and one of the biggest misconceptions I find is that tutoring's for only when you're behind. Yes. And it's not. It really isn't.
Right.
When you compare like the Western countries like the UK and the US to Asian countries, 80% of Asian kids are in tutoring, and it's not because they're behind, it's to get ahead. So a lot of people will say to me, oh, my child's fine, they're doing great in school. It's so competitive out there when you're doing college applications.
Right.
You have to stand apart. I had a former employee of mine who was a high school student. I don't often employ high school students as instructors, but he was exceptional. He was a senior at a very good private school in Savannah, got a perfect score in the SAT math.
What? Wow.
He only got in his third choice college. Third choice.
Third
Wow.
choice?
Third choice with a perfect SAT score. That's how competitive it is.
Right.
You have to stand out. So tutoring's usually for when you're behind, but I have a lot of students that come to us for enrichment to get to, they're working ahead of grade level, but we're challenging their number sense, their problem solving skills, and that's what colleges and employers are looking for now. They're looking for people to stand out.
Yeah, that makes sense too, because math, I mean, from my experience, a lot of it's about practice.
Yeah.
Too, you have to do the assignments and the homework to build upon
your
programs.
skills. Yeah, and see one little gap in any concept, and it shows. It'll come out.
So tell us about some of the work you do in the community and within the schools.
Yeah, one of the first things I did when I opened my first centre was to reach out to local schools. My kids went to local public schools in Savannah, and we just contacted them to let them know what we do, and we're there to support you. We're not here because you're not doing a great job. Kids need help with math.
Right.
So we contacted the schools, we go to PTA nights, we give donations back to the PTA based on the number of students that come in from that school. We hold game nights during PTA meetings, so the kids can come to the cafeteria and play math games while the parents are at the PTA meeting. And then I started reaching out we sponsored a soccer team with the Island Rec Centre. Just giving back to the community, being at community events, and letting people see what we do, and taking that, putting a face to what Mathnasium's about.
Well, quickly, how do the changes in education affect what you do and how you do things?
Well, we constantly have to, every school district, the Beaufort County School District's curriculum and everyday math is different from what they do in Savannah. Right. Different schools, different communities have different curriculums. There's state standards with Common Core coming in that South Carolina aren't going to have anymore, but we have to keep abreast of that. We have to keep up to date with what kids are doing in school, what the standards are, even the changes that are coming in the SAT. In 2016, there's a non-calculator part. We have to have a big focus on
actually knowing your math?
Knowing your math, which I love. I'm delighted about that, so that's a good change for me.
Well, and quickly, you guys are located in the public shopping center off of Buck Island.
The one at Buck Island, there's a lot of confusion with Buck Island and Buckwalter. It's the Buck Island one, just where the new Bluffton Medical Centre, medical campus has been built.
Very easy to get to,
Very
kind
easy.
of no matter what direction you're coming from.
Yeah, that was a big key, was picking a great location, and it's very central. We have people coming from Beaufort, Hampton, Hilton Head.
It's easy to get to.
It is, it's very central.
So for more questions, go to mathnasium.com/Bluffton. And if you need to contact her, the phone number is 815-6284.
815-MATH.
There you go. Imagine that.
Didn't know the numbers. Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with more 843 TV.